Hi, this is Gordon DeSilva introducing to Expense Logistics. This is a service we buy in for you to make sure that we have a paperless method of working on your accounts. We'll have already sent you an email with the login and password for this. So once you log in, you will see this screen or screen very much like this. Now we are obviously logged in into our account, which means that we have access to different clients' accounts in here, and I don't want to show you that for confidentiality. So when you get to yours, you'll see an account very similar to this. So the first thing I'd like you to do is go into account settings if it's not already there. So you can see the account settings up here. You click on the account settings and up it comes. Now, because this is our account, you can't see the user details, but in yours you will see user details in here. So I'm just going to take you to our user details account, which is here. So this is what it's going to look like in yours when you go to account settings. So you will have we'll have already completed your name, first name, last name, company name, country, email details and address. And what we typically set as default is acknowledgement emails. We want it on, account notifications we want off, processing notifications on, publishing notifications on. Now this means that you will get notifications when things are happening on your account. This is important for you because you will want to be aware of what's going on in your account, what's happening to the paperwork you're submitting, and this is a great way of making sure that you track this information. So if you want to change these, by all means change these. We recommend keeping these as they are on screen here. Now when you come to emailing your information in, there's several things you can do. First, you can just forward an email from one of 3 email addresses. So for example, there's an email here, democlient for fakemail.com. You would have your email in there, your main email, and maybe 1 or 2 others. Maybe if some invoices are sent to accounts details, then that email address will be accountsdetails@yoururl.com. Similarly, you may have one on your phone. I have a specific one on my phone, so I would have my phone one in here. Alternatively, as a catch-all from any email address you like, you can ask your suppliers, for example, to send emails to this account. So your account will have a separate one. This one is democlient114. When you look at your user details, you will find your personal address. Now, any email you send to that address at receiptbank.me, you will come to your account because this email address is specific to you. Once you've entered these email addresses that are right for you, there's 3 of those plus 1 general, you can just click email address, update addresses, and that is then saved. So if you want to save your password and change your password, which is not a bad idea, by all means just go into set new password and put a new password in, and then just click change password and you are done. So next we're just going to show you how to add items. There are several ways of adding items, one of them which we've already talked about, which is the email option. There will be a postal option which will be on yours but not on ours. For the postal option, they will send you tear-proof, weatherproof envelopes, free post. All you do is you stuff your paper invoices into it, stick it in the post box, it gets to them, they scan it, it's on your account within 2 or 3 days. The typically turnaround time for your paperwork once it's arrived is 3 working days. Within 3 working days it will be on your account, you should be able to download it and see it. There are a couple of apps on here in the App Store. You can download the app for this program, as well as you can use the Gordon's Night app, which if you just do a search on the App Store for Gordon's Night, or even on the Android store for Gordon's Night, you will find our app, which will be able to scan bits of documents and send it to an email address of your choosing. You can program that email address in and send it off there, and we've talked about that on when you get the email address. Remember, the email address, that's a catch-all. You could use that email address, for example. But otherwise, you could use the Android app or the App Store app from this system here. You can of course upload it from your computer. If you've got the PDF on your computer, remember, if it's arrived by email, you don't need to save it on the computer and then do it. You just forward it straight to the email address we've just talked about. But on the other hand, if you've got some files that you've scanned in for some reason, you don't want to use the post, you just want to scan some papers in because you've got a reasonable scanner, then you just scan them into your machine, attach them here, you can choose the file. You go to your machine, attach the files here, and it appears on here. You can attach 5, maybe you can attach some more files here, and just click upload receipts, and they go into your expense logistics account. Job done. You can also upload it to Dropbox. So for example, if you have a Dropbox, and many of us do, you can go into your Dropbox and you can just load your paperwork into the Dropbox, your PDF paperwork or your JPEG files into your Dropbox, your JPEGs of the invoices. If you enable Dropbox, what you will get is be asked for your Dropbox identification. It will create a Dropbox folder for you, and you just need to drop your paper in there. Expense logistics will go into that regularly to make sure that it's emptied, and we will then be able to process it for you. If you use PayPal a lot, either for buying goods, eBay and that sort of thing, I use it a lot. But if you do, then just click on the PayPal account, give it your relevant reference numbers, and you will be able to pull it in from PayPal. There is also a trip catcher. If you want to record your trips and mileage in the UK, you can then use the trip catcher to do that, and you can do that on a purchase of the app here, but you could use our mileage on our app. It's not the most accurate thing in our experience, but at least you won't miss the trip. You may miss the number of miles, which you can then put in from, at least you'll be able to search on Google Maps and find the miles, but at least you won't miss the trip. And of course you can drag and drop. You just open your files, drag them in here, and it shows you it'll accept JPEG, PNG, GIF, BMP, TIFF, and PDF files, and even zip files with images in it. 6 megabytes for images, 100 megabytes for zips or archives. So PDFs with up to 50 pages is supported as well. So let's now go into the inbox and see what the format is for that. You can see here there's a whole load of receipts, right? These are just sample receipts. If I just click on one of those, you will see that it's a record of it. It's a really good scan. These scanners cost in excess of £100,000 compared to the ones we use in our office, which may cost £1,000. So they give really good quality scans, HMRC approved. So they will act as a receipt for HMRC VAT visits or investigations, so you're fine with that. And when we then take that and do some analysis on it, which you can have a look at and check and make analysis on and look at. So let's go back to the inbox, and here we are in the inbox. You can export all of these, by the way, right? You can take all of these and download it to your hard drive. It's a really good way of getting a whole load of PDFs into your hard drive, and that way you can back it up on DVD and CD. You don't need to rely on expense logistics. You can rely on your own archiving system, although these guys are safe for years and years to come, and they're highly secured. You can see it's HTTPS up here, which means the data is all encrypted and secure for you. That way you know it's bank quality security. So you can just highlight these and then download them to your own server, easy as anything. You can upload them, save them in Google Drive or any other place you like to, your Dropbox and so on. So end of video. I'm going to stop the recording.